There it is.
Live indeed.
Okay.
Yeah. What, are we just going to start the show?
I mean, I'm not. If that's what you're waiting for.
Hello and
welcome to which episode is this?
915.
Episode 915
Outline.
of The Outline.
Yeah. You gonna do it?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you.
Hello and welcome to episode 915 of the Blair One Podcast for Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. I'm your host, Chris Johnson, and with me as always from Canada is Mr. Greg Seward.
Hello.
How's it going there, sir?
Pretty good. How's it going with you?
It's going just great. Yeah.
Can't believe it's June.
It's been June for
Too long.
over a week.
Yep.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, time is going fast. And joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
That's my name.
How are you?
Let's just say fine
Fine.
and leave it at that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
I won't ask any more about that.
Everything's fine here.
Everything's
now.
fine. How are you?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we got
Yeah.
a lot of stuff happening in video games this past week. I don't know if you realized. I don't know if you watched any of the various showcases and Summer Games Fest happening, IGN Live, the Wholesome Direct, the PC Game Show, the Xbox Showcase, the Devolver Digital thing, all these various showcases. All the new games have been announced.
You know what they should do?
Please tell me.
You know what?
I'm
I
curious what you're
I
going
want
to
to see if my idea is the same as yours.
I might have this idea as well.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if we're the only three.
it
maybe.
seems like
Maybe we're the E3.
this time of year, all these companies put out all these big showcases where they show off all the games.
Yeah.
What if they took all of those and kind of put them under one roof?
Yeah,
And
what
have,
if there
like-
was an organization that kind of, the whole industry was a part of that could actually
right.
like run the thing too?
Right.
Wouldn't that be a great idea?
Yeah, just like some sort of like an exposition of like electronic
Electronic entertainment.
entertainment.
You would call it
You'd call
the
Video Games Live.
Yes.
Electronic Software Expo.
Oh
Ease.
my
We
goodness.
call it Ease.
Ease.
The ideal utopia.
Yes. Well, I guess my first question is, did you guys watch any of these?
No, I forgot.
Of course.
Of
Of course.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
This is probably the first hour or so I've been able to sit in front of my computer for most of the weekend.
Oh, is
So
that right?
Oh.
I watched. I sifted through the various pages that CJ linked in our show outline.
Yeah.
And
I
clicked
sent
on the trailers that looked interesting. That was pretty
Yeah.
much all.
Well,
I
that's what you should do. That's how you
I
should.
watched some of it.
That's the ideal way.
No, I mean,
Right.
I used to love watching this stuff live. Even,
yeah.
when the E3 was on, it was fun to do that with everyone. But, since we've been doing the show too, watching it live and chatting with our listeners in Discord, it's great. I love doing that.
Yeah,
but I
me
just
too.
could not do that this week. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I see. Well, you missed some good game announcements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about a
Name
few of those.
one.
Yeah, really.
Name one.
I don't believe you.
So smart.
How about the Digital Eclipse Power Rangers beat 'em up?
Who cares about Power Rangers?
I bet you that we're the only podcast kicking off with that.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe not, though.
Maybe not.
I thought that was pretty cool. And
It looked
apparently, I don't know if you caught this, and listener Micah pointed this out to me, actually. Like, at the beginning of that trailer, it had a logo for Hasbro Retro Arcade.
Mhm.
I did see that. Yes.
So does this mean this is the first of those? And what else could Hasbro be
Transformers.
cooking up?
Yeah. Let's get some
Transformers G1.
G1 Transformers. We'll get some GI Joe.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I mean,
That'd
Hasbro
be cool.
bought just about everybody else, so
That's
pretty
two
much
all
any,
or one.
any toy
I
you
say.
can think of
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
80s and 90s, they probably own the rights to. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty.
I mean, I'm not a
Micah
particular
says Barbie Brawlers. That's
there you go.
Mattel. Duh. That's not
It's a
Hasbro.
completely different company.
That's
completely
Mattel.
Yeah.
Now, My Little Pony, perhaps.
Haven't there already been a couple of those?
What, like My Little Pony games?
Oh, there's that Dems fighting herds.
Oh, that's not.
It's a fighting
not
game. That's not
licensed.
official, though. Yeah,
That's an unofficial.
it's a My Little Pony fighting game.
That's a
Basically.
yeah.
I know
Well,
I'm not
good night,
a
everyone.
big fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but the game looks good.
It looked
does
cool.
look good.
Yeah.
I was out of the age group for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah, I felt like
Yeah.
I mean that's how I always felt about it too. It was just I felt like I was a little too old to be excited about it.
That's a baby show for babies. I prefer grown-up mature shows like Kamen Rider.
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Although I will say,
Other tokusatsu shows.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, one of the best full motion video games in the 90s.
Is that
on the
right?
Sega CD.
The Sega CD game was great.
So that was that just an episode or a couple of episodes that they
It was like
repurposed?
a season. It was, you know what? I don't know if it was a season, but it was the Green Ranger story arc.
Okay, so it's not like they didn't do new material for it.
No. That's why I thought it was so great. They like the first level was when they first became the Power Rangers, but then it immediately jumped into Green Ranger.
Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. It was good stuff. I really like, and it was a really good game. It was sort of the, you know, press the button when the direction appears on the screen type game,
Dragon's Lair style.
but with a life bar, which made it so much more playable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, good stuff. I doubt this will be as good, but I'm sure it'll be pretty decent.
Yeah.
Something to strive for, Digital Eclipse.
Yep.
There you go. No, it looked pretty cool. It not only had side-scrolling elements, they had like a into the camera type action sequence that looked pretty cool.
Super scalar
So
sequence.
yeah, it seemed like it. Yeah. But I guess if we're going into Summer Games Fest, we should talk about Lego Horizon Adventures.
Should we?
Sure. It's Sony, a Sony series franchise coming to Nintendo Switch.
That's true.
Okay.
And not
In Lego
Xbox.
form.
Specifically not Xbox. Coming to Switch, not Xbox.
It's coming to Xbox in POG form.
Yeah. Probably. No. I thought this looked pretty cool. I mean, it looked like a Lego game. But it'll, I assume, be following the story of the Horizon games.
Wouldn't it be weird
Thus
if it
far.
didn't, though?
It'd be a little weird.
What if it followed the story of like Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah.
That would be cool. Lego Ratchet and Clank, I'd buy.
boy.
Play the hell out of that.
Here's the thing I'm wondering,
That'd be a good match.
and I'm guessing the answer might be no, since it's going to other system.
Yeah.
But you know, when I play a Lego game,
Uh-huh.
you know, a lot of you know, one of the draws of those games is that there's a zillion unlockable characters, and every now and again there's a little bit of crossover. Like if you play the Lego Incredibles game, you can unlock all sorts of different Pixar characters to play as. How cool would it be if in this game you could unlock a Lego Ratchet and Clank, or a Lego
That'd be cool.
Jack and Daxter, or a Lego Parappa,
Astro Bot.
Lego Clicker.
or a Lego Clicker, Lego
That'd be
Ellie?
super cool. That'd be super cool. Ellie and Joel show up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
A Lego Last of Us would be great.
Lego Ellie and Joel, but like Joel's just in pieces.
you
Excellent.
can just pop the head right off.
Yeah.
That's season 3 of the Last of Us television show, right there.
Uh,
Good stuff. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that it's coming to Switch, and That's pretty cool. And of course, you can play multiplayer with various characters from the Horizon series. All those characters from that franchise that you know and love.
Yeah, I don't think I've played more than like 3 hours of Horizon series.
Yeah, I wonder if this will be the
I
Horizon
have.
game that I don't get bored with after like 5 hours.
Yeah. I'm wondering that as well.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out this holiday.
Well, you guys will. I doubt I will, but
You might not. Hey, they're making a Quidditch game.
yeah,
That seems interesting. Could be.
they've
Does
made
it?
a Quidditch game.
They've made
before.
EA made a Quidditch game. Yeah, back.
I don't
in the
remember if
day.
it was any good or not,
I don't either.
but this looks neat. I mean, I like Quidditch, so
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting set of rules. Be interesting to see how it plays because if I remember correctly, with the EA game, I think there was a fair amount of like flying through rings rather than
Okay.
sort of just a free. Like I think it was more like a. I don't say it was completely like minigame
On
centric,
rails?
but I want to say there was an element of that
Hmm.
that was like, okay, they're sort of trying to approximate this, I guess, because they couldn't figure out how to do it where you just had full freedom of movement. But maybe I'm wrong. That's my memory of it though.
I see.
That was quite a while ago, right? That was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
So
Yeah.
still
We
on
got
the backlog.
another look at Star Wars Outlaws, which I'm still excited about
It
that.
looks great. Yep.
Yep.
And we'll get more of that because Ubisoft's having their own showcase this week. So I'm sure we will see more, but I'm very excited about Star Wars Outlaws.
Me too.
And let's talk about Batman Arkham Shadow for a second.
Yeah.
This is the
I wonder-
MetaQuest 3
game?
game.
I wonder if will it play on the MetaQuest too?
No, it is
Yeah,
a MetaQuest 3
3.
game. Exclusive.
Then I don't want to talk about it.
But this was just a cinematic trailer, so you can't even really tell how it's going to play or how it's going to look when it's out. But it's Quest 3 exclusive, so it'll probably look okay. And it's being developed by Camouflage, who did Iron Man.
Yep.
So they've got a good pedigree there. Ryan Payton and company. Yeah. I guess a lot of people were upset. Or I heard...
No.
I think this was a Jason Schreier tweet that when the whole Arkham thing showed up, everybody cheered, and then it was everybody
Yeah.
figured out it was Quest 3, and
Oh yeah.
there was like an audible groan
Oh.
from the audience, which is unfortunate. I mean, that's just the opinion of VR amongst the gaming community in general. But man,
I'll tell you, if it was like PSVR 2, I'd be pretty excited. Just to have something to.
that's
play
not
on.
going to happen, though.
No.
I know that, but I'd still be excited.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Blumhouse. You may remember them from their horror movies that they make.
They made Threegan.
Which one?
Threegan.
Oh, right.
Oh,
M.
Megan.
Threegan.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And they made
Gotcha.
the Five Nights at the Freddy's,
Mm-hmm.
the movie,
Yeah.
and several more.
Yes. Well, they are publishing games now, and they showed off a couple of those as well. And I think they look pretty interesting. There one in particular that they showed at a different showcase as well had like a PS1 vibe to it. Did you see that one at all?
I saw pictures of it, but I didn't really
Looked pretty cool.
look into it too much.
I'm going to say
Yeah.
this
Fear of the Spotlight, I think is what it
about
is called.
the Bloomhouse stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I am admittedly not super interested in any of these games because I'm not super into like horror games,
Yeah.
but I'm actually very impressed with what they're doing.
Mm.
When they gave the announcement that it's like, oh, Bloomhouse is getting into video games.
Mhm.
My immediate thought was, this is going to be quick, cheap cash-in stuff on
on their movies.
their movies, and it's probably going to be terrible. And then they show off like half a dozen
Yeah.
different movies, none of them based on their
You mean
existing
games?
properties, all from different.
They showed half a dozen games, none based on movies.
Yes, none are based on their
Except
movies.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Didn't they do? Or maybe
I think that was a
different
separate.
thing. That was a separate announcement.
That was a separate reveal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, none of them are based on the movies. They're all by like different studios.
Yep. Indie
And-
studios.
Yeah, and they all
Too.
look. Then they all look pretty solid.
They do. Yeah.
You know what it reminded me of, CJ?
Don't say it. Go ahead and say it. Say it.
I'm just saying. You have a movie or television company that has a lot of very licensable properties that would be very easy to exploit
It's true.
for some
Yeah.
cash-in licensed games.
God.
Yeah.
But instead of doing that,
Yeah.
they reach out to smaller indie studios
Yeah.
to create games that kind of have that voice that the studio wants to exude.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed familiar.
It did seem familiar, didn't it?
And I thought
I like that
maybe
approach, though. I really love that approach, and
I
I
think
hope
it's
they
great.
do well with it.
I was very impressed by their showings, even if
Me
I am
too.
personally not,
Yeah.
probably not going to play any of them. But you know what? They look
Good on
great,
them.
and I hope they're all fantastic.
Me too.
Yeah.
Very happy for those devs.
Yeah.
Another big announcement from Summer Games Fest is Alan Wake 2 DLC,
Which is already
And-
out.
which is already out as we're talking, and that they're doing a physical version of Alan Wake 2
Oh, I didn't know that part.
As well.
That's cool.
Yes.
So
I have a friend who'll be very happy about that.
yeah. So yeah, the Night Springs DLC is out now. Apparently it's a very short play. It's like 3 hours long.
3 hours. Yeah.
So yeah.
That sounds fine to me.
I gotta get back to Alan Wake 2.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to download that.
Yeah.
Play it. Love it, Alan Wake 2.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. Anything else from the Summer Games Fest that you guys liked?
I
There's a
don't
game
know
called-
what games were in which showcases, so I just have a list of games that I was interested in.
Oh,
But anyway, go ahead.
okay. Wanderstop. So this is the only reason I'm interested in this is it seems like a sort of farming sim, like a life sim at first, but
Mhm.
then something sinister is happening. And one of the reasons why I'm interested in this is it's from the developer of Stanley Parable.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So I'm interested because of that, because that was a really fun time.
Good old Stan Parable.
Damn right.
I know you guys are not fighting game guys, and I mean I'm not either, really.
Yeah.
Despite enjoying playing fighting games.
Well, you bought Street Fighter 6.
I did buy Street Fighter 6. And they announced some new characters
They
coming
did.
to Street Fighter 6. M Bison
Yeah.
is back in like broken, punished M Bison form.
Yep.
Elena, I believe, is back.
I don't know who that is.
She's from Street Fighter 3.
Okay.
And then they have a couple guest characters.
Hmm.
Did you see the guest characters?
I did.
You have
From
Terry
SNK.
Bogart and Mai
All right. The SNK.
Shiranui.
run.
Nui. from the Fatal Fury franchise,
Yeah.
which I thought was weird considering they also announced a Fatal Fury game
Yes.
in this showcase as well.
That was great. I thought that was awesome.
So is that like a cross promotion, or is that like a oops, we forgot we're making a Final Fantasy or a Fatal
Wow.
Fury game?
Yeah.
So let's just
Well, they were ready at the same
Characters
time.
out?
So yeah.
I don't know,
May as well.
but
Yeah. I really am looking forward to Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess. That's the Capcom game. It sort of looks like a tower defense game mixed with an action brawler.
Hmm.
Where you actually like go the past trailers, it looks like you set up traps and things for an army that's going to come through in a parade, and you deal with them as they come through. Looks fun. That comes out on July 18th or July 19th. I'm sorry. So pretty soon. Pretty excited about that. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so that was kind of it from Summer Games Fest.
Yeah.
For me, anyway. Do we want to, Greg? Do you want to just read off your list of games that you're interested in? This may be a better way to
Well, I mean,
to do the rest of this stuff.
yeah. As soon as I find the actual list.
Oh my goodness.
No, we talked about a couple of them already, but actually, I think most of these now are
Xbox.
Now that I'm looking at them.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about the Xbox showcase, which I thought was really impressive.
I saw Victor Lucas saying that he thought it was one of the best ones so far. Best Xbox showcases so far.
Yeah. I thought it was really good. Perfect Dark.
Do you care about Perfect Dark?
No.
Yeah, okay.
No. I didn't say one way or the other.
It did look good for what it is, but I just like I can't bring myself to pretend to care about that series anymore. Like, you know, when the first one came out, it's like, oh well, this is cool because it's Rare getting to evolve their GoldenEye stuff, and I did enjoy it. I played through most of it, you know, and
it was groundbreaking at the time, especially the multiplayer stuff with bots. You could really customize everything about.
But then it was like Perfect Dark on the 360 was only a big deal because it was Rare and it was Microsoft and it was terrible,
and also gave me motion sickness like within 5 minutes.
Oh, did it really?
And it's like, I don't know. I can't bring myself to care about that anymore. But I mean, at least it looks like it's a reboot. It looks like they're not just remaking the old game somehow. So that's cool.
I think there's a YouTube video either on the Player One channel or on my own channel where I tried to replay Perfect Dark.
It's hard to play that now.
Oh, really?
And I literally had to turn it off because I was going to vomit.
Ooh.
I remember, wasn't that the game where they laid down the big green arrows on the floor because nobody knew where the hell they were supposed to go half the time?
That might have been the case, yeah.
Yeah. That game was terrible.
It wasn't good.
No.
But State of Decay 3 looked good. It was just a CG trailer. I'll play that, though. I played a bunch of State of Decay 2. I thought Indiana Jones looked great.
Yeah. Indiana Jones is definitely on my list.
Even though I felt like we were watching cutscenes through most of the presentation. I mean, it was very in the spirit of Indiana Jones.
It definitely felt like the movies.
It did.
Which is all it needs to be.
That's all it needs.
That'll be enough to get me in the door for sure.
I'm still not sold on the first person-ness.
Yeah. Me either. Well, and the fact that Machine Games did those Wolfenstein games, which also give me motion sickness.
Right.
And if there's no field of view control in the game, then I don't know that I'll be able to play very much of this.
Interested to see if there is, because I mean, you know, accessibility is a big deal, and
that's
feel like Microsoft has been sort of on the leading edge of it for a long time. So,
hopefully
they have it, because then I'll be able to play it. So. We shall see. They announced a Starfield expansion, Shattered Space. Looks kind of cool.
Who knew that game was still going?
I enjoyed Starfield last year, so I'll probably boot up and see what's with this. Yeah. Anybody into Dragon Age here?
No.
My wife's very excited about it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I showed her the trailer for that earlier. She was delighted.
Yeah. The trailer looked good. Yeah. How about that Expedition 33 game? Did you guys see that?
I didn't look at that one.
No, I did not either.
You should watch the trailer for that one. It looks real interesting. Yeah.
What it's about?
You didn't say good.
Yeah, I only remember noting.
Tell us why it's interesting.
I only remember noting the title of it. I don't actually remember.
Jesus.
Okay, it's a it's a turn-based RPG.
Oh, this
is the one that looks like a JRPG,
like a nuclear event. Is that the one, or am I thinking of something
else? That doesn't narrow it down.
No. It's okay. They didn't announce a new Fallout today.
No,
this isn't the one I was thinking about. Sorry, keep going.
Sorry, this is it looks like a JRPG, but it's very clearly Western style artwork and everything. But it's inspired by France's La Belle Époque, a period
I wish I knew who that was.
famous for its stunning and lavish contributions to the country's world-renowned culture of art. So, yeah, it looks really cool. I wish I could describe more about
It
it.
does look nice.
They just saw some. They showed off some turn-based battling. It looked cool. So, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks neat.
Of course, we got some Sea of Thieves at the Xbox show.
And by we, you mean
season
you.
13. Yeah.
But I'm very happy for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We saw some more
Congratulations, DJ.
Metal Gear Solid Delta.
I really want to play that.
A remake of 3.
Yeah, mostly because I really didn't like Metal Gear Solid 3.
Oh, really?
But I always felt like I should.
Time heals all wounds. You think you'll be into it this time?
Because I mean, one of the things they've talked about is that they're making it more accessible to play. Because that's what I felt with Metal Gear Solid 3. The few times that I've tried to play it, I don't like the way it controls. I don't like the way you have to interact with the world, and I'm curious to see how drastically they've changed that. Because when you look at the descriptions, it sounds like they're pretty much rebuilding it, but keeping the same story beats and the same recording, like audio recordings and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm curious to try it because, and that was, for me, I was a big fan of Metal Gear when I played it on the NES. Of course, like everyone, I love Metal Gear Solid, love Metal Gear Solid 2. And then, man, 3, I played for a few hours.
Really?
And I put down, and then I picked it up a few more times over the years and never ever got into it. So I've just always kind of wanted to, I know what the story is at this point because there was no way not to.
Right.
But yeah,
I enjoyed 3, and I'm interested in this, but realistically, I don't know if I'm gonna want to play through it again.
Yeah, see, I guess that's the difference, is that if I enjoy this, I definitely want to play through it because I've never experienced the game.
Right.
Really. So, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I was watching the trailer and I was like, ooh, boy, I kind of want to get this because, like I said, I really enjoyed Snake Eater, but the more the trailer went on, the more I was just like, yeah,
do I want to play this?
I don't know if I want to play this again. I beat this game.
Yeah.
And it's a little hypocritical considering I'm so excited to replay Thousand Year Door. But yeah, I just, I was just like, my one time playing through Snake Eater was good. I don't know if I want to do it again.
Do you think Metal Gear Solid 3 was really the time when they should have gotten an editor for Kojima?
No, that was 4.
Somebody tell him no.
4 was, I think, the real turning point.
I see.
Yeah.
God, when you think back to that time, man, he just owned Konami, didn't he?
He did.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, those games made so much money, and they were building engines around them, and man, oh man, and he was just allowed to do whatever the hell he wanted.
Yep. Did you see that trailer for Atomfall, which kind of looks like a British Fallout game?
No.
Yeah, I mean, Bethesda's not going to make Fallout London, so I guess Rebellion is going to.
Oh,
nice. That's the game I was thinking of when I was asking earlier.
Yeah. So this apparently inspired by a real-world nuclear disaster that occurred in northern England.
Yes.
But it has a very 1950s time period thing going on. Looks cool. Yeah. But anyway, I think it was good. I know my daughter is very excited about the new Life is Strange game.
Oh, right.
They teased a new Life is Strange mystery that comes out in October.
I completely lost the thread on the Life is Strange series.
Yeah.
I really liked, I think I only played through the first one.
Okay.
And then I feel like it branched.
It did branch.
And I lost it somehow.
They made 2 games. There's a Life is Strange 2 that's different characters and completely different story and power. And then they did Life is Strange 2 Colors, which also different
Right.
characters, different power. But then they also did a prequel to Life is Strange called Before the Storm. And now they're doing a squeakquel to Life is Strange called Double Exposure.
Yeah, Steve. So yeah, you just explained exactly what. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
That
So they're bringing
series
back the main character, Max
Yeah.
Caulfield. From
like I really liked the first one, and then I just kind of didn't know what the hell was going on after that, so I never played any more of them.
Well, I think they did more like branching side stories out of that too.
Yeah.
But
It's a shame it's not actually a squeakquel.
There it is.
Get the chipmunks in there.
it's
There it is.
true.
Yeah.
It's true. Going on a little tangent here for a second.
Oh, good.
Here we go.
I brought up the
because-
chipmunks now.
Yeah.
CJ's got a lot to say.
Because Phil, I forwarded this game to you. It was announced during the Wholesome Direct. It's called
Yes.
Squeakross.
There it is.
Home Squeak Home. And the reason why it caught my eye was that it's a Picross game.
It's a
and
Picross game.
It looks to be very much in line with the Jupiter style of Picross, in fact, too. Like some of the blue numbers. I was like, I'm recognizing that.
We'll see if they have the fine-tuned controls. That's for some reason always a sticking point with these non-Jupiter Picross games.
It's true. But in this one, you are a mouse, and you are solving logic puzzles to create
Like mice
furniture.
do.
Yeah, for your home.
Oh,
So you can collect hundreds of decorations, accessories, stickers.
I revealed a little spool of thread, and
Yeah.
now it's my table in my little mouse
That's
home.
exactly yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
I drew
My
a postage
daughters
stamp.
will love this.
I'm gonna hang that on my wall as fine art
That's exactly it.
because I'm a cartoon mouse. Oh, it's a little empty can of sardines with the little rolled up lid. I'm gonna lie in that. That's my makeshift bed. I'm a mouse. I know how this goes.
You seem to be making fun of it, but yes,
I
that's
already-
exactly the trailer.
I already beat this game apparently. No, it looks very
Yeah.
cute. I will
It looks
definitely pick
cute.
it up.
It looks cute. Yeah. Let's see. Mixtape. Nothing but the hits. Did you guys see this?
I
That
did.
looked cool. That's
The
one of the
Xbox.
games I had on my list that I want to
Your
play.
list. Yeah.
Yeah. I really like the idea of it. I mean,
Me too.
I think a lot of people are the same way, where I know a lot of the music that I listen to has everything to do with where I was in my life at that moment. And it's all nostalgia. A lot of it's nostalgia driven, and it's cool that they're building a whole experience around that. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
It's true. It's from
And
the
I'm
developers of
interested.
The Artful Escape, which I did not like, but
Oh no.
I know a lot of people did. So
Why did your can I ask? I just noticed this now. Why did your shirt say beef on it?
Why shouldn't it say beef?
I shouldn't say beef.
What's the total?
It says the original beef of Chicagoland.
That's what it
Oh, okay.
says.
Is that a Portillo shirt?
It is
Gonna
not.
say, is that really? That would
What
have
is
been
it?
my
What's
guess
the,
too.
what is Chicago's original beef?
If you've ever seen the Hulu streaming show The
I
Bear,
haven't.
Oh, it's
it is the restaurant in The Bear.
it's the bear.
Yeah,
It's the bear beef shirt.
that's right. It's a great show, and it comes back.
I've
in
heard
a
it's
few
good.
weeks.
I've not watched it yet.
It's very, very good. Very, very
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I do enjoy it. Anyway, Greg, what else is on your list?
Oh, you're gonna put me on the spot here now.
I'm putting
you know
on the
what?
spot.
I'm
You
I'm
made
really
a
interested,
list.
I'm really interested in Fable,
Right.
Yes,
and
me too, actually. And
I
I've
find
never
it's-
liked a Fable game.
really, I loved Fable 2. I played through the first Fable and I thought it was okay, but I really liked not necessarily the character art style, but the world. So I really liked the way the world looked in those games, and I loved Fable 2. Didn't play much of Fable 3, but it's been fun to watch this, first of all, because I think the footage of the game that they show looks good.
Yeah,
And again, I think the world looks really nice. But it's kind of fun to have a Fable game coming out that's not being completely oversold by Peter Molyneux.
mm-hmm.
And instead, like, I like the whole idea where they're just doing these, like, I think they've always been just comedians that they've hired to play roles in the trailers for this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to play that one. I mean, I'm probably not going to pay for it because I know it'll be on Game Pass, but still, I hope it grabs me like Fable 2 did, because I remember when Fable 2 came out, I just I couldn't put it down. So, and it's Playground, and Playground's done good stuff so far, but they haven't done an RPG. So
That's true. Yeah.
Really curious to see how that goes. Indiana Jones was on my list. Oh, kind of curious about. I mean, I was really curious about Flight Simulator before it was released, and then it was released, and I barely played it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the 2024 sounds interesting just because they seem to be adding some actual gameplay.
Yeah,
to
where
it.
you can do different
Yeah,
airplane-based jobs.
And campaign sort of. It sounds like a sort of a campaign mode almost.
It does seem that way,
yeah. So that might be the thing, because the little bit that I did play of that, I did really enjoy, but it just felt completely aimless. It was one of those situations where it's like, here's the toolbox, go make your own fun, and I've never really excelled at that. So give me some rules, damn it, give me some rules and some goals. So kind of curious to play that. And then the other one I was actually just more confused about than anything is the Doom Dark Ages.
I'm excited for Doom Dark Ages.
I figured you would be, because you were a big fan of 2016, right? Is that the last
I
Doom?
loved 2016 Doom. Doom Eternal was good. It was not as good as 2016, but it was, it was fine. But this one looks bonkers.
Why is this? Why is this set in the Dark Age? I don't know anything about the rebooted.
Because it's cool.
Oh, so so that's not a. See, I thought it was just like, I didn't play the previous game, so I don't know what the hell's going on.
I don't. Maybe there was some plot thing that I don't remember, but I think it's probably just because Doom guy looks cool in medieval-ish looking armor with a
razor shield.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Does it need to be anything but that?
I mean, you know what? Honestly, if they say no, that's exactly the reason. That's pretty Doom. So
yeah, exactly.
I would totally be down for that. But it looked great.
Yeah.
Looked
like there's giant mech fights.
Yeah, and that shield, being able to fire that thing up and just toss it through a whole horde of enemies.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm for it.
Yeah, those were the ones that really stood out for me.
What do you guys think of South of Midnight?
I did not.
Did you see
watch that trailer?
Compulsion Games. That's their new one. It's kind of set in Louisiana, probably. It seemed like a bayou setting, and the graphics in the cinematics anyway looked like stop motion. But it's a third-person action adventure game. It kind of reminded me of Kena Bridge of Spirits in terms of gameplay.
I should go check it out then.
So that seemed cool.
I liked me some Kena.
That was a good game.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to go back and look at that.
Yes, indeed. But I had a couple other games that I noted on my list. Screenbound. Did you see Screenbound?
No.
This is the game where you're holding a Game Boy out in front of you.
Oh, we've seen that before.
We've seen it before, yeah, but now that was the demo that we had seen before, and they've actually made it into a full thing. And,
okay.
Yeah, so you're playing a 2D side scroller on the Game Boy in front of you, but then also moving in 3 dimensions as well. It looks
neat. I think
cool.
What we said about that before, and I'm still curious, is to see how that stays interesting for an entire game. It's a very cool idea, but I'm curious to see how they make it. Yes. I don't know, compelling for an entire game.
Indeed. Pedal Runner. Did you guys see this one? It looks like a sort of. It's a Game Boy style looking pixel adventure game. Kind of looks like the Game Boy Pokemon games. Actually,
yes. I did see this.
But it's a slice of life game where there's mini games. It's an RPG. Kind of looks cool. I thought it looked really cool. But it is kind of monochrome. It's not color. It's sort of pink and orange and blue.
It should be pea soup green.
It is not pea soup green.
Let's just go for it.
That will be a DLC
Yeah.
purchase.
No, yeah, that'll be an unlockable for sure, right? Definitely.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, it should be.
Yeah. That was in the Day of the Devs presentation.
Okay.
That game, along with Screenbound. Tenjutsu. This is a game from the Dead Cells designer,
You lost me.
which I know Phil's potentially into. It's a top-down. It looks sort of like a brawler.
What's it called again?
Tenjutsu.
I did not see this one.
Yeah, this was in the I Am 8-Bit Day of the Devs thing
Okay.
as well. So yeah, it's a top-down brawler with chunky looking graphics, maybe Hotline Miami looking a little bit. Very cool though. So that is
Oh yeah, it does look. Does got kind of a Hotline Miami vibe to it, doesn't it?
yeah. I think this was either in the Devolver Showcase or Day of the Devs. I'm
Yeah, it looks like it was from the
not sure.
Devolver.
Yeah.
Huh? Could be
We
good. I
got
do love me some Dead Cells.
a game called While Waiting. It almost looks like I don't know if I should say like a Goose Game style thing, but it looks like uh maybe a little bit chaotic in terms of each scenario it puts up. You can actually just wait for the level to complete itself, but you can also like interact and do things while you're waiting, and some crazy shit might happen too. Look pretty cool. Cuff Bust.
You're just naming off games that we've not watched.
I know, right?
Cuff Bust, a koala is like a koala jail breakout game.
None of that stuff
multiplayer.
makes sense.
I know, obviously.
You could just be stringing words together,
I was
and
gonna say,
Greg
you're
and I
just
are just
stringing
like, yeah,
words
okay.
together.
I asked ChatGPT to just give me a bunch of random potential game names, and that was in there. No, the creator of Choo Choo Charlie did that one, Cuff Bust.
Again, you're just
Choo Choo Charlie. It's a horror game.
Oh, that's
like
the
Thomas the Tank Engine
Thomas
horror
Five Nights
game.
at Freddy's knockoff.
That's the one. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that looked pretty cool. Yeah, that's about all I put on my list, but I thought a lot of stuff looked pretty good in these showcases.
absolutely.
I guess we'll, see as they get closer to release what everything looks like. But yeah, I'm excited. Excited about video games.
Never heard of them.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, let's talk about some other news, because some other things did happen.
Okay.
Astro's Playroom got some
here's a game to get excited
new
about.
content. Which I guess we'll talk about during Phil's What You've Been Playing.
Okay.
So there's a tease for that. But The Thing is being remastered by Night Dive Studios. So 2002, I think that came out.
I'm trying to remember if that was a good game.
I thought it was. It was well reviewed but didn't sell.
Well, yeah, because it was based on The Thing. In the early 2000s. Like, who was going to buy...
I mean, it was a survival horror game. You would think people would be into it, right?
Sure.
No? I don't know.
Hey, The Thing's a great movie. Don't get me wrong.
It is a great movie. Yeah.
But I don't know that it was top of mind in the early 2000s.
I mean, the Warriors game sold, right?
Did it?
Did it?
I have
I don't
no
know.
idea.
I think it did eventually. So they made it for multiple platforms, right? They brought it out
That was a good game, though.
on almost everything. Yeah. And then, hey, 5 Mega Man Game Boy games landed on Nintendo Switch Online all at once.
So was there like is there a reason why they just released the Mega Man games? Like, is there some kind of anniversary or something that I didn't know about, or they just decided to drop 5 Mega Man games?
I'm assuming the latter,
Yeah.
because I haven't heard of any other
online.
thing.
There was a rumor that there would be some Mega Man thing at Summer Games Fest from
Okay.
Capcom, but I don't think that happened. Or maybe there's a Capcom show that I'm not aware of.
So I've never really played too much of the Mega Man Game Boy games.
Yeah.
But hey, now they're on NSO, so I'm like, hey, I'll try these. And I played like 5 minutes of the first Mega Man Game Boy game, and remember why I never replayed most of the Game Boy Mega Man games.
I played through all
The
of them
first one was
back in the day,
terrible. Yeah.
and replaying them now,
Do they get better?
I'm like, I'll maintain my memories of having played through these back in the day.
See, and the thing is that there are a lot of Game Boy games that actually really hold up
Oh, absolutely.
even now. But
Yes.
Again, I only played a little bit of the first one even back then.
Right.
The first one didn't even hold up back then, as far as I
Right.
was concerned. But yeah, I've never really played the rest of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to get more Mega Man stuff. I remember when they were going to release this as a like collection. Remember that?
Well, absolutely, I do. Mega Man Mania
Yeah.
for the Game Boy Advance was going to have colorized versions of all 5 of these games.
Probably would have bought it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh.
But it was canceled.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, last story on here. Like a Dragon, your favorite and mine.
I do love me
is
some Like a Dragon.
becoming a live action series, and it's coming
That's
out on
great.
Prime Video this fall.
Yeah.
great. I love it. So excited.
Yeah, pretty exciting.
Hopefully it's good.
I hope it's good, and I hope it sort of retains some of the weirder sides of the
Oh, well,
Yakuza
it has to.
series,
That's-
right?
That's what I'm
It's-
worried about.
It's
yeah,
not just a serious, like grim,
No.
gritty thing.
Greg keeps saying no, but
I don't know.
I could see them doing that.
I could too.
I could as well, but I don't know. I mean, yeah,
Well,
I'm
here's-
willing to bet that they'll have a little bit of fun with it at least.
I hope.
I mean, it's an interesting question because I think the Yakuza series, I think a lot of gamers in the US, like in the Western market, probably know the series by some of those more odd things that
Right.
it includes. I wonder, is that the sentiment in Japan where the games are released? Like, do people love those weird?
And then I
weirdness of
guess
it? I don't
my
know.
next question is, who is this series being developed for? Which audience?
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah,
I don't know, but Prime's
I guess we'll
put out
find
some good stuff in the last while.
in the
Like,
last 6 months, Fallout,
I even think even longer than that. I mean, like,
Rings of Power was pretty
The
good.
Boys has been fantastic as well.
Mm.
So I don't know. I have faith. They've been putting out quality stuff. So
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
There was, and this is Micah is in our chat pointing this out, that there was I just looked it up. It was 2007. There was a
movie.
live action
is there?
Yakuza movie made in Japan, and I never saw it.
Yeah.
So I have no idea. I don't even know the fan consensus on it. Did people like it? I don't know. All I know is this show doesn't star Ichiban, so what's the point?
What's the point? Exactly. It's Kiryu.
Oh, two TV shows, 2 movies, and a stage play. I will
Nice.
take your word for that. I've not seen any of
Yes.
them,
Yes.
but
All right. Well, did anyone have any other things they wanted to bring up from various showcases, or is that it? Are we
No, I was
Good.
done like 20 minutes ago. You just kept
Okay.
rattling off the names of games I hadn't seen.
cuff bust? Yeah. All right. Let's get into what you've been playing. I'll go first, and the list is
so demanding.
My list
Yeah,
is kind of short, so I'll be quick. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Been playing some of that.
Yeah, I watched
Yeah.
you play that for like 5 minutes.
Playing with friend of the show Micah and our best friend Mike as well. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
What is it? How do you play it? What is it?
It's an asymmetrical multiplayer horror game. This time it is 3 killers, those are clowns, and 7 humans who must loot items and try to escape from the clown apocalypse, whereas the clowns are trying to prevent the humans from doing that and speed along the happening of the clown apocalypse. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a couple of things that I like about this game. It really reminds me of Friday the 13th.
Well, the way you just described it, it reminded me of Friday the 13th.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
What, other than there being more
killers,
bad guys,
yeah.
How is this different from
It's
Friday
not
the 13th
too
or
different.
Predator?
It's not too different, no.
Okay.
Except, I mean, I think they've made a lot of really good changes that are sort of quality of life adjacent. Like when you start a match and you're on the human side, the game gives you it's a random where it is on the map, but there's a meetup point.
Okay.
For survivors, and if you go there, you know there are good weapons there and like healing kits and things like that. So it'll be randomly placed on the map, but you can go to a place and either meet up with other survivors or at least grab some good weapons, which I like. Then icons at the top right of the screen show the different escapes. There are 4 different escapes during a match. You can take the boat, you can take the tunnel escape, there's a portal, and you can take a, did I say tunnel already? Tunnel escape. And those icons up at the top right of the screen tell you what state they are in, like if they're open or if somebody has arrived there with the item that was required to open that escape. So you don't have to rely on voice chat entirely to tell somebody, hey, this escape is open.
Okay.
Which I think is nice. When you encounter other players in the game, other humans in the game, if they have a key item that will open one of those escapes, a little icon for it shows up next to their name, so you know they have it.
Does it show up for the clowns too?
No.
Well, that's good, because that would be unfair.
Not show up for the clowns. If you happen to get killed, or in this game, you can get cocooned into a cotton candy cocoon.
Oh, so that is clowned. Okay. Killed, cocooned, or clowned.
Cocooned or clowned. Or if you're killed, you can play a little mini game, and it'll either give you an item if you successfully do it, and you can either give that to a player who's still alive in the match, or you can save it for if you get resurrected, which is nice. Really like that. So yeah, and the escapes in general are like easily identified, and it's pretty clear what you need and what you have in your inventory. Like if you have the correct items, everything is nicely labeled, which is good when trying to escape from killer clowns from
It's always nice to have things nicely labeled. Yeah.
It is. It really is. Yeah. And that meeting point, if you go to the meeting point, you can also see all of the escapes. It brings up waypoints so you can see where they are, which is nice. Anyway, and then on the clown side, you have various weapons you can use to try to cotton candy cocoon the humans. And if you go to one of the escapes, you can actually like spray like cotton candy on them so that the humans will have to like remove the cotton candy before they can use them. Kind of cool. Anyway, you guys are never going to play this game, but I really do enjoy it. And it reminds me a lot of Friday the 13th and just the amount of fun that you can have in that game. So yeah, I'm liking it. And we had a couple of really good games with Micah and Mike. Yeah.
Does that get confusing?
No.
Okay. Just asking.
Yeah. And then I've been playing Paper Mario.
Oh, very
I've heard
good.
of that game
as well. Yeah.
How far are you?
I've started chapter 2.
Me too.
So I finished Hooktail, and then I have started on my journey to the next area.
In the forest.
I'm still in Rogueport at the moment.
Okay. So you haven't gone down to the sewers and found the puny yet.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I have found the puny. I am in there.
I forget the name of the forest.
I forget the name of the forest too, but I am
It's a really nice looking area. It's really colorful and Yeah.
It is very nice. It is very nice. I have the new partner character from that area.
Oh, then you're further along than me.
Oh, okay. And I have the peonies. So I'm
Yeah.
in an area now, where I have to use the peonies to solve different puzzles. And so I'm probably not too far ahead of you, but I'm in.
No, I'm literally
Ballpark.
going back to fight the three sisters to get that necklace.
Okay. Yeah.
That was
I'm
where I
past that
stopped
point.
playing. Yeah. So.
Oh, as soon as you
Yes.
do that, you'll get another player character. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I love that game. I'm still really enjoying it.
It's really good, right?
Yeah.
I will get into it
Just
at
so
some point.
happy that it's out.
I have put Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth on hold to play Paper Mario.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry.
See, but like after today, I have Astro Bot and
Oh, yeah.
Alan Wake 2 to play again. So
I know.
Ugh.
So
But that's all I've been playing. So go ahead, Greg.
yeah, Paper Mario is the main thing I was playing too. However, I did jump into Astro Bot, and Phil, I know you played this. So
I did.
About an hour before the show, I was like, well, I should fire up Astro Bot and update it. And I did, and I went in and got all the new gotcha items. I mean, which is easy to do because the way that game works, you don't get items you've already gotten.
Right.
So you just literally the whole thing there where you know, if you're like the three of us, you'd already platinumed that game. You went in and pulled on the arm like 5 times and got the new items, and that was it. But yeah, so that's one part of the DLC. I do love that they've created a new portal, not a PlayStation portal.
Although that is in there.
One of the gotcha items you can get, but they've created a new portal in the middle of the labo that can take you to a room where the new items go, and then in there you have a portal to another room, which is a countdown room for the new Astro Bot adventure.
Yes.
Which is kind of cute, and I'm interested to also, because it's got a daily counter on there, it makes me wonder what's going to change. So probably have to fire the stupid thing up every day to check it out. But
that's cool.
But then other than that, there are some different Sony specific characters in some of the different levels.
Yes.
that you can go find. And so the first one that they lead you to is the forest, which is like the best level in the game because of the music.
Is that the GPU stage?
The GPU stage, yeah. I couldn't find the character. I finished the level. I
really?
missed it completely somehow.
It's tricky.
Yeah, it is.
Make it tricky.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was like, and I'm walking around, and there were so many little cameo characters in that game. I'm like, is this the new one? Is that the new one? But no, there's like a puzzle you have to solve. So
yes.
So I just didn't find the puzzle, or didn't recognize the puzzle if I found it.
You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't.
So
okay.
Go back and play that again.
I mean, I did, but
well, I assume since you're telling me I didn't.
Well,
yeah. But there was what, 4 characters in there?
There are 4 characters, one in each stage.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's the trick, though, because I'm gonna hijack. I'm gonna get into what I've been playing.
It's just
a
a
simple trick. Kind of my idea,
because it is.
Yeah,
I was playing some Astro Bot. So I mentioned this to you guys a little bit ago, earlier in the week. All the excitement about the upcoming Astro Bot release for PS5.
Which, by the way, did you pre-order?
Oh, come on.
Who are you talking to?
Pre-ordered it twice.
Yeah,
I pre-ordered the digital deluxe.
I got the digital deluxe, and I got the physical edition coming as well.
Although all the extras in the digital deluxe are apparently unlocked.
CJ, say digital deluxe again.
Digital deluxe.
Say it like really fast, like a few times.
I'm not going to do it.
No,
I heard myself stumbling over it.
Yeah. Digital deluxe.
We all
digital
did.
Deluxe. Digital deluxe. So I wanted to play Astro's Playroom again.
Yeah.
And that game is structured in such a way where there's only one save file. So if you want to start a new game, you need to wipe out all the progress from your previous playthrough. But you know what? That's what I wanted. So I did. This is not the first time I've done this.
Yeah.
And
really? Did you play through Astro before?
Yeah, this was probably my third or fourth playthrough.
Really? Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
Great.
I don't know
That's
if you've
a really
heard. I
good
enjoy
game.
that game.
It's a really good game.
It's a very good video game.
Worth
Actually,
the price that it cost to buy.
are you referring to free, or are you referring to the entire
Cost of
price
PS5.
of
the
the
price
PS5?
of the PS5, of course.
Because yes, it is.
Yeah.
I will say, playing through it again has made me want to go back and rehook up the PS4 VR and play through Rescue Mission again.
Yeah.
Which
I wish it wasn't that. That's still. I want to do that too, but not enough to hook up the PSVR again.
I know that's the problem, right?
So much to do there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a pain. But so I had wiped out my save game and just played through it again, which I did, and I was finishing it up like right when they announced, oh hey, we have an update out. So I was able to, just like Greg, go in and get the new gotcha stuff, which is all, PS5 accessories, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I went into the GPU level, and when you go in there, a little window comes up explaining, oh, there's a secret character here you should be on the lookout for. And it is very tricky to find. Do you want spoilers, Greg?
I mean, a little hint wouldn't hurt, because I don't want to spend too much time on this, to be honest.
Do you know?
Since
do
it's
you
literally
know
just an ad for the next game.
I mean, it is. But you get trophies for it.
Yeah, I don't really care about trophies anymore. But
Do you know what character shows up in that stage?
no, not at all.
That you're looking for. So the character that you are looking for, this will be your hint.
Okay.
Is the Bloodborne.
The Yarnum.
Yes.
I thought I saw him.
Well, you probably did, because the little Bloodborne Astro Bot has been in the game
Yes.
since the beginning.
Yes.
But that game, of course, is littered with cameos.
Yes.
From
Cameo's made by Microsoft. It's a rare game.
No, it's not rare. I see it all over the place for sale.
Yeah, it's like cheap. Nobody bought it.
Yeah. Still better than Perfect Dark Zero, but
I mean, that is true.
That's true.
That is absolutely true.
They're making a sequel to the wrong
but
game.
not by much.
Oh.
But yes, so the
Cameo.
characters that you're going to be able to unlock, or not as playables, but the ones that you're solving puzzles to discover, are indeed characters that have already existed in the game in cameo form.
Okay.
But
That's actually very helpful to even know that.
yes, what you will do, there's a little puzzle to solve that you activate in a secretive way. And when you activate the puzzle, you will see the game will cut, and the camera will move around and show you the character, in this case, Bloodborne,
Mm-hmm.
rising up then like in a tube, like a test tube kind of,
Okay.
and then you have to solve another puzzle to open up that tube and free the Astro Bot character.
Okay.
Cool.
And it's tricky.
Okay.
Okay.
It's tricky. It requires a lot of very precise and thorough exploration of the surrounding area.
Okay.
So have fun with that.
Give it another shot.
But here's the thing. So I found Bloodborne,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, okay, now to go find the others. And I went into each of the other 3 levels, and that little message of, hey, there's a secret here you need to look for, never popped up.
What?
So
Oh.
what I am
You gotta trigger
assuming
it.
is that, we are 90 days approximately out from the release.
Oh.
So
Releases.
I'm assuming in another couple weeks,
That's kind of cool.
the
Is
next character will open up in the game as kind of a keep you coming back to Astro's Playroom so we can continue advertising the game to you over the course of 3 months.
Right.
So,
Sure.
and I'm wondering if the spacing is going to be, one character reveal at 90 days, 60 days, 30 days, and then launch day.
Could be.
That seems the logical way to go about it. Is that how it will be? I have no idea.
Huh.
But there you go. Boy, Astro Bot, I love Astro Bot.
It's a good game.
Makes me
Very
happy.
good game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's it.
have you played anything else, Greg?
No, that was it. That's the reason I
Oh.
brought it up, because I know you.
Oh,
I knew you.
so it was a nice transition.
Yeah, it would have been if people didn't keep asking. Anyway,
Are you done? Can I transition over to mine?
yeah.
It was a really solid segue.
I know.
Yeah. The only
I don't know
other
if I don't know if I told you, but I went to school for media arts, so I know
was
my
that right?
shit.
Did you take a segue class?
I did. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
On a
this is-
Segway?
that's why the certificate's so
Was
useless.
it conducted on a Segway?
That's why it's on my wall and not on my resume.
Did the teacher kind of naturally end each class period so the bell ringing?
You almost didn't even realize class was over. It was so smooth.
That's great. And then you shuffle off to PE.
Shuffled off to Twitter.
There you go. I just was playing more Ichiban or Infinite Wealth.
Yeah.
Although I have dramatically shifted gears in that game because now I have reached Dondo Island. The
Sounds made up.
I mean, it's a video game. It's all made up.
No, that's fair.
All video games are made up.
All? Really?
Every single one. There is no naturally occurring video game in nature.
Too bad.
Look for it. You won't find it.
Math checks out.
All right.
No. So in I believe I'm in chapter 5. At one point in the game, due to a plot the game is ridiculous and I love it. Just the stupid plot. I'm not even going to go into it because I don't want to spoil it for you when you finally get back to it, CJ.
Yeah.
But in the plot, there is a moment where my teammates have to kind of like, we have some work to do. It's going to take a couple days. So Ichiban, why don't you chill out for a couple days, relax.
Yeah.
And then we'll start our quest back up once we finish this
That
work.
also happened in
Greg's gone.
Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we need a few days. Go do something else. That happened in Gaiden as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I have gone. You end up taking a little side vacation to your normal trip, your normal Hawaiian trip. You visit another island off the shore, which is of course Dondoko Island, a wannabe resort, a sort of failed resort that has fallen on tough times, and the only person who can help bring it back to the prosperity that it once enjoyed is our dear friend Asuga Ichiban.
Yeah.
And then it turns into an Animal Crossing type game.
I love that.
And it is fantastic. It is ridiculous. I have spent a couple hours just hanging out there. In game time, I've spent like 3 weeks on that island already.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Clearly, Ichiban does not care about what's happening back
Sure.
in Honolulu because he's so devoted now to Dondoko Island. And yeah, it's very much Animal Crossing. You know, you fish, you collect bugs, you chop down trees and smash rocks to get materials. You sell that stuff to get money to purchase items for your house because you, of course, have a house to decorate.
Naturally.
And eventually, once you get the island in decent condition, you can start inviting guests to your resort. But they're a little more active than, say, Animal Crossing's campers.
Okay.
Because these people come to your resort, they have vacation goals in mind. They have things they want to see or do. And so the more facilities you build on the island that kind of feed into what they want, the more money they're going to spend on the island, the happier they will be, the more they will tip you at the end of their stay.
Okay.
And the more money they will give you when you invite them back for future visits. And of course, it's still Yakuza. So there are villains. There's some evil polluting pirates, CJ.
I like that.
Pirates.
Yep. I'm hearing
pollute. And they are throwing their garbage all over the island. So you have to clean up their garbage. And occasionally they'll come out and try and destroy your hard built facilities. So you'll have to run and beat them up before they can do too much damage.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous and it's great. And I'm having a blast.
Nice.
And the ultimate goal, because this kind of replaces the business management mini game from the previous game.
Yeah.
So your end game of the business management was to become the top company in Japan. And now your goal is to work your way up to become a 5-star resort.
Excellent. Okay.
Yes. So I'm currently a 2-star resort, so we're doing okay.
All right.
Yeah. Slowly but surely working our way up.
I'm very excited about the Dondoko Island portion.
It's so ridiculous. It does have a very kind of simple gameplay loop.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'll be honest, I could see people kind of getting bored with it.
Sure.
Because it does kind of feel like you're sort of doing the same thing over and over again.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm having a blast.
All right.
The more you build, the higher your builder level becomes. So more and more elaborate structures become available to you.
Mm-hmm.
And as you fight the evil pirates, you clear out bigger sections of the island, or you start building bridges to other little islands surrounding you, so you gain more territory, which is, of course, more places to build to create a bigger resort.
Very cool.
It's great. It's very ridiculous and cute, and I'm having a good time with it.
Nice.
And
okay.
Ichiban rides a dolphin.
Yes.
So
that's how you get to the island, right?
That is indeed how you get to and from the island.
That's awesome.
By riding
just like real life.
Your dolphin friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
The dolphins don't mind.
No.
Yeah.
Clearly not.
They're nature's clowns.
Killer clowns?
No. These are friendly.
Friendly. Okay.
These aren't orcas.
Right.
These are dolphins. These are your friends.
Not taking down any yachts.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, but that's what I have been playing. Oh,
all right.
I'm going to mention this too, CJ.
Yeah.
Your precious Suika game.
Yes.
The puzzle game about matching fruits to create giant watermelons.
Yeah. Heard of it.
That you introduced us to on
really
the
introduced
Nintendo
the
Switch.
nation to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I can take credit for that. No.
And
I'm giving you credit for it.
And I will admit, I initially was just kind of like, this is just one of CJ's weird little games.
Yeah.
But then I ended up getting really hooked on it because it's a fun game.
It is a fun game. Yeah.
Did you know it's out on the iPhone now?
Oh, really? Not just clones of it?
No, an official version.
Official, okay.
Because there are like a zillion knockoffs. but there is an official version.
Cool.
I think it's like $3.
Okay.
But it is now officially available
On your
for,
cell phone, telephone.
Yes.
Okay.
So look into that
Okay.
if you're interested.
And I guess that means it's time for tweets.
Ooh, tweet-a-dee-dee-dee-dee. A tweet-a-dee-dee-dee-dee. Tweet, tweet, and a tweet, and a tweet.
All right, let's do this one from listener Eddie, who says, do you think Xbox's show this year will allay some of the recent doom and gloom surrounding the console? Or do you think the fact that most of Microsoft's best-looking games are only coming out 4 to 5 years after the launch of the Series X and S speaks to a bigger issue with Microsoft in the AAA space?
I think the big problem
Yeah.
is that it actually introduced more Doom.
It did introduce more Doom.
Ba-da-dun-dun-dun.
Womp womp.
And a great circle. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
That game better be good, by the way, because there's going to be a lot of Indiana Jones in the not so great circle headlines.
Yeah, they kind of wrote it for all the media, didn't they?
I thought if Stellar Blade wasn't good, people could have said not so Stellar Blade.
Absolutely.
Or any Stellar Blade clone that's not good. We'll get that distinction as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't really play platform cheerleader anymore. So it doesn't really matter to me anymore if it's going to allay any fears, because
but I think it's, I mean, I don't know that the question is whether it matters to you or whether it matters to us. I mean,
it doesn't matter to the market.
I mean,
no,
I don't really play platform cheerleader either, but I also never turn on my Xbox.
Yeah.
Like I just don't play it at this point. So I am excited. I mean, always excited to see some interesting looking games. But I think absolutely that the Series X has had a problem since its launch of just an amazing dearth of AAA games. Yeah. And I don't understand when or how it happened. But I think the stuff in, like, there was some really good looking stuff in that showcase.
Yeah.
There's more than one or two games that I'm actually really excited to play, which is great.
And they're all, a lot of them are coming day one to Game Pass.
Yeah. Isn't it enough to change opinions on the Series X? I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's not going to win any PlayStation fans over to the Microsoft side, right? It's going to be people like you, me, and Phil who already own Xboxes that are maybe going to turn them on to play Indiana Jones: The Great Circle, right?
Yeah. It's too bad.
It is too bad.
And I don't really know how they got there, but I think that they've got a much bigger issue to solve. You know, it can't be 5 or 6 years between rounds of big games. Like they've got to sort out their schedule and really space that stuff out a little nicer.
I think that's going to be tough because AAA games
absolutely
now, it takes so long to develop, right?
Yeah.
I was very disappointed we didn't get any hint of a sequel to Hi-Fi Rush.
Can you imagine if
oh no.
Peter Molyneux's Hi-Fi Rush 2.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of the indie games look great now.
Well, they just showed the one.
I do wish that more AAA would take.
Oh, he just went right past that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
did a flyby.
Would take the, what Sega's doing with Like a Dragon, for instance, making iterative sequels. What's going on here?
It just reminded me of, and I don't even know if you guys have seen this. I need to find it, but there's a meme that pops up on my Facebook feed constantly. It's Bert and Ernie.
Okay.
Where Ernie is wearing like a hat with a bunch of fruit on it, and the caption is that Bert noticed the hat but chose to ignore it because he knew it was just going to lead to some ridiculous bullshit. It's just, that was like, you guys, that was
That's
a
exactly-
personification of that. It's like,
that's
we all know
exactly
Phil
it.
was trying to do something stupid. And CJ just sailed on past.
Yes.
You know what? I'm proud to be the Ernie of this podcast. I have no qualms about being Ernie here.
But now, I mean, you have Sega with the Like a Dragon series where they're iterating on it, and those come out like once every 2 or so years now. They're fairly quick. At least we get a Yakuza game or a remake. And yeah, maybe AAA will turn into that. I mean, they are doing remakes of what, Uncharted? Somebody's working on an Uncharted remake, allegedly.
Sure they are.
Yeah. I don't know. AAA is screwed, basically. Yeah. But I don't think AAA can go away because people have gotten used to games looking a certain way and being big budget, and you can't exactly turn your back on that that easily. Ubisoft will always be there to give you what you want in that department.
Yeah, Ubisoft is well known for giving us all what we want.
Yes. And Electronic Arts. Yeah. All those AAA companies, yeah. Let's do one more, shall we? Let me find a good one. Okay, we'll do this one from Hacker Alias Gotti Jr., who asks, how much of a role do you think AI will eventually play in video games? And do you have any examples where you think AI can help gaming? I think this was this shown, Ubisoft did it, I think, a couple months ago. I don't know if you guys saw this, where they had AI write the backstories for every character in the background, like NPC backstories. So they have like fully fledged lives and things. And I saw something about that demo. And it's like, do I really want to know like the complete backstory in the shooting game that I'm playing of the person I'm about to like mow down? I don't know. I don't know if I do.
It'd be like the cut scenes of the people that Mike Myers kills in
yeah.
Anyway, never mind.
But you know, in Last of Us Part 2, you remember the NPCs. If you shoot one, somebody goes, "Oh my God, what did you do to Bill? Bill's lying, his wife and kids. Oh my God,
he spent the past 5 years working at this food depository, and he's married to Jane, and like his poor children who
the NPCs had a little bit of there was a little bit of color there in that. Yeah, it'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe somebody just killed Scott.
Well, I really hope that if games are going to go through the effort of adding that sort of detail, they don't actually pay any people to write that.
Yeah, that would be the
and
worst.
Just have it created
pay anyone, to write
by
that
someone putting in a prompt.
So in all seriousness, where it could really help, I would say, would be translation, localization,
to an extent,
to a certain degree,
to the roughest possible extent,
to an extent.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of other I shouldn't say that. Not lots of other places that it could be used, but lots of other places that it will be used.
Well, yeah.
And
one place that it's being used right now is the game The Finals, which is an online multiplayer shooter. It has play-by-play commentary, and all of that is AI.
Yeah, see, I hate that.
And if they add new modes or new stuff, the AI announcers can commentate on that. Like they can have new lines and new things to say. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm
that's
not down with AI taking the place of largely creative endeavors. It's not.
No,
I don't love that either, but you know it's going to happen.
But I mean, I'm sure it'll also lead to things like game logos being created with AI, and I think the art in particular is. Well, I mean, also look at those quizzes that good friend Mike has been sending in.
Yeah,
all those songs, all AI written.
And they're pretty good too.
They're pretty good. I mean, whoever it stole from did good work. So
yeah, whatever it trained on was good. Yeah.
So anyway,
But I also think we talked about this once before. I think with the Minecraft thing that Microsoft showed off. I thought that was kind of cool to like walk you through how to play Minecraft. And
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
the setting in that was like a parent that wanted to know how to play Minecraft with their kid.
Right.
And that was a cool like walkthrough. And I think I wrote this. I may have said it in the show too. I definitely wrote it on social media where a great use for AI would be I stopped playing this game 6 months ago. I'm coming back to it. I forgot how to play. Please tell me
I do
how
like
to
that
play
a lot.
and what I was doing and what I should do next.
Give me a synopsis of what's happened so far.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. But I think there are uses for it. I think I share your concern, Greg, about like not having it replace real creators and real artists.
Yeah.
Doing voices, or because you could easily make a Harrison Ford voice on AI and have that be in great circle, but you have Troy Baker doing it instead. I think it's going to come out better.
The Mandalorian show did that with Luke, and it was the shittiest sounding thing that I had heard in a long time.
It didn't turn out great.
No, it didn't.
No.
So if you want something that sounds vaguely like young Harrison Ford slowly reading lines in a robotic fashion.
Yeah. Or just get Troy Baker to do it.
Exactly.
Troy Baker can do anything, apparently.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. Is that it? We're done? I think we're done.
I guess so.
Sure.
Oh, what?
Sure.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on various social media platforms, definitely X and Threads. Or if you prefer a different internet experience, you can go to our website, player1podcast.com. There you'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Stewart. You'll find Generation 16 episodes as they happen. You'll find our contact information. You'll find show notes and links to all the things that we talked about in this episode and most others as well. And a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app. We're also on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 Podcast. Or you can watch us live most weeks on, the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Twitch.televisions, all over the dang place, as long as it's one of those three places. Follow one of our many social media accounts to find out when we are doing our next live show. Typically, it is Sunday evenings at 5:30 Pacific time. So join us.
True.
Won't you? Yeah, it's absolutely true. I'll tell you what, if you like what you've heard and how could you, head over to patreon.com/P1 Podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. Multiple copies of Astro Bot ain't cheap.
Especially when you're buying the what version, CJ?
Digital Deluxe.
It's no fun when you say it right.
I bought the Digital Deluxe version. And also the retail version, the physical.
Yeah. It's got a poster.
Oh yeah, it does. It's a cute poster too.
It is, yeah.
It's a shame it's going to have like a zillion folds in it because it's going to be all folded up to fit inside the case. Don't put posters in your video games, people.
Or offer a way you can order it from PlayStation Direct, where they'll send you the poster in a tube.
A tube. Roll them up. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeesh. No. Although we do occasionally use Patreon funds for games.
Astro Bot will be one of those, I'm sure.
Oh, is it?
It is, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Am I going to get reimbursed for...
I already reimbursed myself.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
Wow. These moments like these, I wish I had the ability to look at the bank account, but you know.
Maybe I'll pick up a few more copies of Astro Bot.
There we go.
There you
Keep
go.
one sealed.
Jackasses.
Give a couple. You know what?
I only
Boy, oh
bought
boy.
one copy. I bought just the digital deluxe.
I'll tell you what, trick-or-treaters this year coming to the Theobald house are
Everyone
going
gets
to
a
be
copy of Astro Bot.
delighted. Here you go. I got
Wow.
a pallet of these. You can thank CJ for this. No, like I said, we do occasionally use it for games that we're going to discuss on the show, but typically the Patreon funds just go for the streaming and all that stuff that all those costs of running a podcast. You know how it is. Everyone knows. They hear this every week. But I'll tell you what, friendos, we give as well as we take. And if you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 tier,
Cheap.
you gain access to a special weekly bonus episode. We record it right after this. We play games, crack wise, having fun, doing all that stuff we can't do on the regular show. CJ,
Yeah.
I'm not going to play your little game this week. And by your little game, I don't mean that little game where I pretend to know if we have a little game.
Okay.
And then I have to be all coy. Oh, do we?
Okay.
I don't know. Because you know what? I know that we're not playing a game this week.
We are not. You're
No.
right. What are
We aren't, are
what
we?
are we doing? No.
Well, I don't know. I don't pay that much attention.
Okay.
We are going to be discussing the hot topic of the moment. Because this is not E3 season.
Hot. Yeah.
But we're going to be discussing our favorite E3 reveals
That's right.
from the past. We're going to take you back to the past.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
To the E3 of old. And discuss some of our favorite reveals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
So
time.
join us as we discuss old video games.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do that with just the $5 Patreon tier.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Cheap. And I'll tell you what, if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to patreon.com/Greg Seward to help support Greg's outstanding, and it is outstanding, web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Philip. And if you are a supporter of the $5 variety,
Also cheap.
good evening, Satan.
And a good day to you as well, Gregory.
How did you like the games that were revealed this past week?
I loved it. Let me tell you.
All of it?
I will admit the only stuff I watched was that Wholesome Games reveal,
Right.
and just a delight. I am so tuned into that aesthetic,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that
Games
sort
about
of
cat
chill
cafes
vibe.
and farming and
I love
dogs.
farming. I love classic pixel art. I love being a cute little anthropomorphic animal who's just like trying to live their life in the suburbs. You know?
Yep.
It's great.
Yeah.
That
I hear
little
ya.
mouse has got like a little thimble that it uses as a cup to sip its little
Well,
single drop
what
of
else could
water.
it use?
It's
It
so
would be
cute.
ridiculous if it used a full-size cup.
I know, but that's just it. It's adorable.
You get access to the Weekly Commute, which is a weekly vlog series I do about the different videos I'm working on. And want to point out that right now on my YouTube channel, the Sega CD Growing Up Gaming episode is live.
I saw that.
Go watch it.
I saw that it was live. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Please do leave comments. Those videos are great because they usually get a lot of conversation going.
Oh, good.
In the comments, and 99.9% of the time, it's good stuff. I'm not a big enough channel to attract the weirdos yet, so
I'm not used to gaming discourse being so positive, Greg. I
Right?
don't know if I can
know
support
it freaks me out every time, but it's really nice to see. So,
Well,
yeah.
good.
So yeah, but please support the show. That money goes to mostly to paying my Adobe license. So please consider helping me out.
There you go.
You know, and of course that means that they own everything that I do now. But joke's on them. It's not that good. So
was that it then?
That's it.
CJ,
Yeah, huh?
thanks.
Thank you, Phil.
Absolutely. Gregory.
yo,
Thank you.
thank you, Philip.
Absolutely. And of course, as always, a big thank you to you, our wonderful, wonderful listeners, every single darn one of you. As always, take care of yourself, your loved one, your family, your friends. Be kind to each other. Do what you got to do. Be safe. Be kind to yourself, most of all. And I hope, and I think I speak for CJ and Greg, that we all hope to see you next week.
Yep.
Yeah, you do. I do.
Do.
Yeah, me too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.